Hello, and welcome back to my attempt to build vehicles. And in order to build vehicles, I'm transporting limestone because that's how this works with furs. In fact, I say I'm transporting limestone. In fact, I'm not. I'm not transporting limestone. Limestone is piling up here. So let's improve that. These are our electric lime trains. So I'm just going to control click and clone a couple of those. But this is a fantastic thing with furs is you have these lovely long complex cargo chains, especially in Steel Town. So indeed, if we want to build vehicles, we need components. If we want to build components, we need stainless steel. If we want the stainless steel, then well, we need component factory. Yes, you see how much. Yes, we want. If we want stainless steel, we need an electric arc furnace, and so we're all the way back here to the transporting limestone so that we can create. Oh, let's stop that in its tracks. That's the AI immediately deciding that it can build some sort of station. So let's stop that. That's gone in very, very quickly there, trying to steal my quick lime. The thing is, I could probably have moved lime kiln if I wanted to. Let's make this very awkward for them. Right. Okay. It makes things slightly annoying when I come to actually build this. I'm just going to reserve some of this area as well. That hopefully will sort of keep it off my back. The fact that it can't really do much. Okay. Well, let's hope it doesn't build anything. Let's hope. But that was very, very quick that it tried to muscle in there. Okay, let's not get too distracted. So we want to build an arc furnace, I think. So I think we should do something with this quicklime before an AI starts stealing it from us. Let's see. Yes. So thinking about what we need. So we need scrap metal. Now scrap metal has a really interesting mechanic in the newer versions of furs, which is scrapyard. So scrapyards produce based on the population of the town they're near. So what we need to think about is why actually put them. We need to put in the largest town we can find. So Maidenhead is a good option. In that, so up here. So Maidenhead is next to this Fort Bay as well, which is also quite large. So what we could do here is I'm going to construct my scrapyard up here. So eventually. So this is a good place for a scrapyard. That makes you think, so if my quicklime is down here, my scrap is down here, where do I want to put my electric arc furnace? I think around here. I feel this sort of area around kind of Tisbury, Yarmouth sort of way. It feels like quite a good place to put an electric arc furnace. So I don't want to put it too far. I was going to put it sort of nicely on the lake, but actually I want to put it a little bit inland because what I want to do is to make sure I've got lots of space around it. So let's build it. Electric arc furnace. Available from 1832, it's 1945, so no problems there. Let's build that there. And now what I need is not narrow gauge railway, I want proper railway, the grown up railway. And we're going to have a drop off of quicklime. So these are going to be quite long trains, I think. So let's set that up here. The quicklime drop off. So these, what I'm going to have is these are going to feed in to a sort of route which lets the trains go out that way. So there we go. We should really do something about luminous bob one of these days as well. Yes, that's a future project. So this is going to be my kind of route in. Now I know I'm going to want a waypoint now. Let's build this nice sort of Art Deco Southern Railway style one. I think so. That can go in there. So that now comes out here. Now we're heading us in this direction, over towards. Oh yeah, so this should be a nice sort of easy run. Just sort of build fairly flat tracks. We will have one of the kind of bridge as we go over here, just to not destroy that river. There we go. And we come out towards Boatgarson, and hopefully, if we extend our station out, that should discourage the AI from trying to service it. And there we go. Now, we'll have that sort of mess. We'll have to deal with that, but not too bad. So what we need to do really here is surround this station. So let's think about how we can set this up. So we need some sort of raw material platforms, I think. So let's give ISR raw materials. Just go for some mineral piles to start off with. They could build a little sort of conveyor belt, I guess. That would be nice. And we can put a bulldozer in as well. I don't even know if these will actually end up being minerals this quicklime. I'm sure I've had this discussion at some point in the last however many episodes we've had. You know, I've talked about this whole. There we go. That looks okay. Nice little marshalling yard sort of thing going on. And then we just put some track there. That will do okay. And then maybe some buffer stops. Will that correctly orient? Yes, that correctly orients. That's good. So now we have a nice sort of long station, so we can start building this up. So yes, so just mineral silo. I'm going to set it off to here a little way by 7x2 station. It's going to come down here. Now, in fact, have I foolishly built something? So this is actually going to have tunnels on its way in, I think. So there we go. So that tunnel there. Now, can I get away with this? This might be a difficult. I don't know. We can do that. We can then tunnel that, and so that will become my station entrance. Will it be the station? No, I think that could be just the exit. Actually, it'll be fine as the exit. So yes, so this would come round here. This will come round here. This will just be sort of fairly standard. How much can I get away? Can I get away with doing this? Ah, yes, good. So I don't have to have the very tightest turns there. That's good. So a little bit of, we may as well come round here, and then not be destroying too much landscape. So that came out there. So we're conflicting a little bit with the AI, but I'm not too worried about making the AI's life a little bit difficult. That will need a little tunnel. I don't really like that tunnel there. I'm never a big fan of the tunnels when the two ends of them are that close together. So we'll have a little wobble around here. That's fine. Oh no, it's a bit close to the AI, so we can't have quite as much wobble as that. So let's do that. Let's have this. There's an acceptable amount of wobble we're allowed. We can't wobble too close to the AI. This no wobbling in that location. So that's not too bad. There we go. So this is going to be It's actually going to be a pickup station, isn't it? So we might want to put in our usual thing of having an overflow there. Ooh, modified hull class. Wow. That was no. That's for expressing. We don't want to do any expressing. We just want bigger cargo locomotives. So we put a block signal there, and then we can go back to path signals. And this probably could have quite a few path signals on this exit route. There we go. That can go there, and then that can go there. I think that should be that whole route signaled quite nicely. So yes, excellent. So we now can take the quicklime from here. So, and I don't need any clever things going on with that. So what have we got that we could use? We could use the Q1 actually. Q1 has quite a nice tractive effort. It's fairly good. Yeah, let's have some Q1s. These are sort of very kind of weird looking, sort of slab sided locomotives that the Buoy had built, and it was probably a little bit too much. So quicklime production 364 tons. So let's not go over the top with this. But how much quicklime can we have? 405 tons. That's be 378 tons. There we go. Nothing scientific in the slightest going on here. I'm just deciding sort of that feels about right. But these are lower tractive efforts than the electric locomotives we've been using. So it kind of makes sense in a way to have them have to carry less, I think, possibly. I'll go to fast and bulbous, so go via wear on waypoint. And then, so yes, let's call that going to be wear on quicklime. This is where we're dropping off our quicklime. So let's really do that. Let's do that. We've already got a quicklime group, I think. So let's this. So quicklime, yeah. To add these, I'm gonna add this called steel quicklime. There's actually some organisation going on here. There's actually a sensibly named thing that I will be able to find and go, oh yes, that's what that's for. It's the steel quicklime that goes to the steel mill. So I'm going to clone another couple of those. That might be slightly too many trains. Let's see. So see how fast Buoys is doing, because we have lime here. We have lime coming down here. So this cool. Right, we reached the limits of that. We reached the limits of this as well? I think so, yes. This possibly. Yes, doesn't have any cargo waiting. So, in fact, there's a couple of trains in the depot. Let's get rid of that. And I think maybe that as well. I hope there's no recession or anything going on that's causing this. But yeah, we can leave that. That will need some engineering supplies and things. Yeah. But the austerity, that would have been really good for this this line. Probably better than the Q1. The austerity locomotive is it's weird. And the austerity was made kind of wartime, use as few materials as possible, but it was actually quite a good, quite effective locomotive. Some stats wise, mostly because it didn't really have any extraneous stuff on it. It was all just built for tractive effort and moving stuff around. So maybe the fact that it's sort of a bit slower than some of the fast freights. Oh dear, is that mine? No, it's not mine. I don't have to care about that. Someone else's traction engine. Doesn't matter. There we go. So this no longer needs to be moved that way. So we can get rid of that. Let's go back to our line, back to this, because I know what was that happening. The corporation tax receipts down. I wonder if they would do we have a recession? Oh no. The reason our profit's down, the West Country class is quite something as well. The reason our profit is down is simply that we built a massively expensive electric arc furnace. So yes, you can see that impacting straight at their other. They spent 4 million on an arc furnace. So what you should do now, let's go back up towards Maidenhead, because we should start building the scrap metal as well. That should be coming down. So we're going to decide probably out here. I think is probably a fairly good place to do this. So it's in front of the scrap metal scrapyard. Oh, scrapyard, because this is interesting. So obviously I have the settings on where primary industries you can't just build them, you have to prospect them, and the scrapyard is actually counted as a primary industry. So I can't build one just in Maidenhead. I have to prospect and see where is it going to be built. So let's get our map ready. Let's say scrapyard. So get a prospector scrapyard. Where's it going to be built? It's going to be built near Boat of Garden, which is not. It is actually not bad at all. So we don't know how many units of scrap it's going to produce, but that does mean right from the start we can set this up with a sort of. It doesn't need a big station, 2x5, because it's quite close to where it needs to go. So we could just do that. We can connect that up to there. That can go in there. That should accelerate to speed reasonably well over that. I don't think it needs a huge run up. So that can come around here. This again is going to be a sort of standard little station with a new type of depot as well. The Nissan Hut depot is no more. We now have the sort of little brick depot. Oh, that's a nice change, isn't it? There we go. So set up my signals here. Setter. Don't want exit signals there. That's where I want path signals. So set those up, and then this. There's always a train where you want to build. Rather frustrating, isn't it? Yeah. So this just becomes a nice little loop around here. A Boat of Garden boat yard. There, yes, lovely evocative names of the scrapyard station. So this, you build an austerity. We don't really need the tractive effort of this, so but it's quite cheap to run because it's an austerity locomotive and whatever. So does this tell me how much production this is going to get? No. So I'm going to have to kind of guess. I'm just going to go with, let's pop 4-tile locomotive. How much did that carry? That goes 243 tons. It's probably not going to be 243 tons worth of stuff there. So that's going to go into there. And I'll probably clone another one of those, but I don't think we're going to need much more than that. So yes, so this is going to be our new scrap metal. So we now have two of the cargoes on their way towards this electric arc furnace. So what else does this need? Scrap metal, which we just done, ferrochrome and oxygen. So let's get ferrochrome. Comes from a bulk terminal. So this one. So this is another thing that we can get from Leicester. This will be really cool. So this is something that we could transport via ship. Did I lose some news? You've lost the news. No, it's just Luminous Bob news. There's always Luminous Bob news going on. So what would be quite nice now is letting us set ourselves up so that we have a. Let's do that. Now, because what I'm trying to think now is that I would quite like to be able to build a dock, and how am I going to be able to do that? So I don't want these ships to take too long. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's take the Tisbury furnace. So now would I have to? I would still have to distant join a station here, which let's see what we can do with this. So I wonder if I could just make this the tunnels and tunnels and tunnels. But that now means that I can start building some bits of station. So let's have some facilities and things. Let's have some little shipping office. Maybe go that way round. Oh, there we go, little sort of shipping office. So we can have some fixtures. What fixtures we have? Maybe just some truck parking up there. A little bit of empty tile. There we go. So a little bit of sort of station up there that we can build. Then Does that work? It's a little bit of a jump ramp, isn't it? Maybe with a run up. So, yes, maybe with a run up. So let's sort of road with fence there. Let's have that as a sort of a jump ramp. So that's kind of a high speed, high stakes approach. And then we could just put the sort of the tile with the fence around there. Demolish some trees. There we go. We've got our little jump ramp. And then all I'm going to do is just carve out some of this. Do some destruction of trees and whatnot. Then I see region 2. That would actually be quite useful. I think we do have some buses which are out of date. So S-types, yes. Start racing those. Those are already being replaced. So Sentinel steam buses, maybe those. Yeah, region 2s probably feel like quite a good upgrade from those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring this out here. Relatively cheap. It's be 10,000 just to do that final little bit there. But now, what I can do is I can say, right, let's get our dock construction going. So we need a dock for the tidal yard. Splosh. There you go. That's gone. Splosh. Build some buoys. Ooh, that's a thing. I'm going to have to title those, aren't I? Right, how far? Let's do it in about that distance. I think ship pathfinding is actually quite good these days, but still, you don't want to have lots of, oh no, a ship is lost messages. So, let's build the dock here. I think just one like that should do. Don't think it needs much more than that. So there we go. Let's build a ship. So this is going to be my ferrochrome ship, which is going to be an Altamira. Wow, these carry rather a lot, don't they? So how much ferrochrome does this produce? So I think so. 279 tons. So I think that's probably about the right ship. Let's fill it up with ferrochrome. So there we go. That's going to go to Leicester Tidal Yard. Through those boys. I'm going to have to rename them, but there we go. So that's going to go up there, and that's going to go back down here. And this is going to have to full load there. And there we go. Ferrous chromium. Is that correct? I didn't know. Let's just build a couple more. So that's going to go there. So what do we do? So let's name this after the Who song. I'm a boy. This can be the pet shop boy. Is there a list of? Can we get? Oh, hang on. Actually, you're ruining your pun there. That's just a thing. So there we go. Let's have Boy of Destiny. North Coventry boy. That's maybe. The Texas song wasn't there. A black-eyed boy. And dime. There we go. That's the other one we could do. Boys of Summer. Perfect. Boys named. Oh, the leader. Now, this would be a fun one to use. It was a complete disaster in real life. I don't think we have any need for building more trains at the moment. The leader was sort of a complete disaster. Oliver Bullitt could see this idea that diesel locomotives that were being kind of designed would be the kind of the way that they had nice, sensible cabs at each end and then sort of streamlined bodywork and easy to service. It was like, oh yes, let's build one of those, but build it out of steam. It kind of didn't really work out. It was a bit disastrous. Sort of like incredibly uncomfortable, incredibly horrible to work on, painful maintenance, so on. Anyway, these are do any of these actually full of chrome yet? This is the first one. Oh yes, that one's full of chrome. So those will go. That will go nicely over to here. let's see now. This is where we get to find out how fast is my computer, because I'm running 111, so it has the sort of fast forward. So there's either class 2. That's not that high attractive effort. So we're going to fast forward a bit. Let ferrous chromium go over here. So see how this works. This sort of nice big station. Lots and lots of locomotives, and well, I just don't have the time to play with them. Well, they say don't have the time. I'm kind of just watching a ship speedily go through and fast forward. I could be building something while this is happening. You know, I don't really have to babysit this ship, but I'm feeling that kind of episodic format time constraints that I don't want to go and start something that I then have to abandon. So let's let this ship come up round here, past the Buoys of Summer, and to Tisbury Furnace. Oh yes, because I didn't really build that much last year. So yes, of course, corporation tax receipts would be way up from where they were. And first ship arrives. Does it make any money? It's emptying, so yeah, it's 27,000. That's not too bad. That'll be suitably profitable. And now we have most things supplied, so we just have oxygen left. So I think that may be the next thing for the future. I shall do that in a future episode.